now, so I know I'm caught up on my vlogs and everything, but I decided that I would go ahead and do this vlog because if you've watched any of my vlogs, you understand that I am a big proponent of communication. However, there are some things in the communication realm that I'm not okay with, like text speak, misspelled words, using the wrong word, the wrong spelling of the right word. It just drives me crazy. So that's what this is about. And it really is kind of inspired by Weird Al's new song, Word Crimes. I'll include a link down below. And some of the stuff he sings about I touch on, and I go into some further details on some other stuff. So I understand that we're in a very tech-savvy world. We have computers and tablets and gaming consoles and smartphones and iPods and iPads and all that kind of crap. And, you know, we have advanced so far technologically, but what hasn't advanced is our ability to spell. Oh, goodness. I understand back if you were old enough to remember pagers and the brick phones, and then, you know, we got all fancy schmancy with the flip phones, and texting was kind of a hassle, and you would exclude letters and words, and I can understand some of them, like LOL, ROFL, JK, NP, stuff like that I can understand. But it's when you start omitting needless letters for no reason. Like, for example, the letters B, C, R, U, Y, UR, NE, and CUZ. Those are actually letters, not words. If you're going to use them correctly. Like B is BE. You're omitting one word. It's a two-letter word. Come on, you're not shortening up much. C as in SEE. Okay, so now we're up to 3 letters, but still. R for ARE, U for YOU, Y for WHY, and CUZ instead of saying because. Now, most of these are short words anyway, and because nowadays it doesn't take you any longer to type out BECAUSE than it does to type CUZ. Just drives me crazy. And on that strain, don't use numbers in a word for a letter. You look like you're in kindergarten. Come on, you know how to spell the word. And even if you don't, most devices have a spell check option. Use it. And also, proofread. I'm the world's worst about typing something and just hitting send and not proofreading. And autocorrect, although it can be hilarious, it does get annoying. I mean, you really need to proofread. And like, I saw somebody type sorry, SRRY. Really? You're going to admit the O? One letter. Seriously, how many more milliseconds does it take to type an O instead of SRRY? Drives me crazy. Okay, so then we get into things like its and its. If it is IT apostrophe S, that means it's a contraction, which the apostrophe is replacing an omitted letter or letters. In this case, it's the letter I. Like, it's his ball. It is his ball. But it's, without the apostrophe, is a possessive. Like, the book has lost its jacket. I'm sorry about its being so late. You know, about things like that. It just... one little apostrophe. That's all it is. Then you've got sense and sense. You've got your sense of smell, S-E-N-S-E, and you have sense. Since you're going to the store, could you pick me up some milk? S-I-N-C-E. Learn the difference. Then you've got accept versus accept. Accept means you're accepting something. You're taking something that someone is giving you. Accept means like all of us except Joey are going to the mall. It means to eliminate something. You have affect and effect. Effect is like cause and effect. Like something happens. Affect, and I've lost my definition. Hold on. Affect is to affect, to produce an effect or a change. Like cold weather affected the crops. The music affected him deeply. Yeah. Then you've got there, and there. There, as in T-H-E-I-R, means like their ball, meaning a group of something. There, as in T-H-E-R-E, means we are going there. It's like a place, a destination, or like there were 4 of us. Then there is there, as in T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E, which again is what? A contraction. You're leaving out the A. They are all girls. Okay? Then you've got you, your and your. Y-O-U-R. Your house. Your car. It's a possessive. Then you've got you are, which is another contraction. Y-O-U apostrophe A-R. You are sick. You are going home. That sort of thing. Then we've got 2, 2, and 2. Start with the easy one. T-W-O is the letter 2. I mean the number 2. Oh, and then you've got 2. Like, we are going to the store. Then you've got T-O-O, which is also. Like, I am going to the store too. If you can replace the word also, then that's when you use the T-O-O. Like, I am going to the store also, or I am going to the store too. Something somebody else typed was hells yeah. H-E-L-L-Z-Y-E-A. Hells is not a word. If you find the need to say it, say hell yeah. H-E-L-L-Y-E-A-H. Not difficult. Don't add the Z in there. And it's not to whom. I'm sorry, it is to whom, like to whom it may concern, not to who. That's not a real popular one, but it does get used and misused a lot. It's espresso, not espresso, because espresso is a type of coffee. Espresso isn't a word. Express means to squeeze. Yeah, not the same thing. It's supposedly, not supposably. That drives me crazy. And it's regardless, not irregardless. Irregardless is not a word. Please don't use it. It's supposed to, not supposed to. And it's anyway or toward, not anyways or towards. You can't just add an S onto anything arbitrarily and make it into a word. It doesn't work that way. And you're either flustered or frustrated, but not frustrated. I've never seen that one, but I Googled it. And so obviously someone somewhere has used it. It's sherbet, not sherbert. There's no second R in there. You either enunciate or enunciate, not enunciate. That's not a word. And the word F-O-I-L-A-G-E is foliage, not foliage. I've heard it pronounced foliage. It's foliage, people. You know, the leaves when they turn colors. Foliage. It's precedent, not president. There's no Z in there. It's precedent. You either misestimate or underestimate, but not underestimate. Really? Lord, don't try to use big words because I think that they make you sound smart. Because if it's a made-up word, you don't sound smart. It's vice versa, not vice versa. There's no A in there. And for the love of all things holy. It's not YOLO. It's carpe diem, which was around long before YOLO. I hate that. God, I hate that statement so much. Okay, and now we've got some words that people think they mean one thing, but they actually mean something else. So we have peruse, which most people just say, oh, I'm going to peruse this book. I think they're just going to skim through it. In actuality, peruse means you're going to review it in depth, which means if you're going to peruse a book, you're going to read the whole thing and take in all the details, not just skim through it. Bemused. Most people think it means to be amused, but actually it means to be confused. So, yeah, stop using it incorrectly. This is the one that I get confused with a lot, and I have to look it up before I use it because I don't want to use it incorrectly. Nauseous. Most people think that means that they feel sick. Actually, nauseous means to cause nausea, which means if you feel nauseous, that means you're making other people feel, you're causing nausea in the area. What you feel is nauseated. So, just remember that. Most people think conversate means conversation, but in actuality, it doesn't mean anything. It's a made-up word. Quit using it. If you want to converse, then converse. If you want to have a conversation, have a conversation. But to conversate doesn't mean jack. Then we've got redundant, which means most people think it means to be repetitive, but it doesn't. It means to be cut out. Like if you say, I'm going to the ATM machine. That's redundant because ATM stands for automated teller machine. So you're going to the automated teller machine. The second machine is redundant and can be cut out just to ATM. And this one is kind of funny because it's kind of an antiquated definition. Terrific. The definition that most people know and that has come to be commonplace is to be awesome, wonderful, that sort of thing. But just a couple of decades ago, terrific meant to be causing terror. So if you say that Timmy is terrific, if you were to say that a couple of decades ago, might not go over as well as it would now. So you learn something new every day. Now, every day, actually, every day, every space day means exactly what it says. Every day this happens. But if you squish them together and say every day with no space, that means like commonplace, like he's an everyday working man. Sorry, my accent got thrown in there. So don't squish them together unless you mean commonplace, normal, that sort of thing, like an everyday sundress sort of thing. But I wear my sundress every day. There would be a space between every and day. Difference between electrocuted and shocked. I hear so many people say, oh, I was working on some wiring and I got shocked, or I got electrocuted. No, you got shocked. If you got electrocuted, you wouldn't be there to tell me that you got shocked, because electrocution means that you took the wattage was so much that you died and you were electrocuted. Otherwise, you were just shocked. Swear that's what it means. Then we've got the penultimate. Everyone always thinks that this is the best there is, but that's not really true. That means it's the second to last, or second to the last goal in something. The ultimate goal, well, the penultimate goal is the one right before that. So, and if you don't like being around crowds, you are not antisocial, you are asocial. Hands to Jesus, I swear that's what it is. I've used it incorrectly too. I'm not immune to this. I make some of these errors too. It's just, you get what I'm saying. Then you have people who try to sound more educated and more enlightened when they say, from whence he shall come. Okay, well, honestly, you don't use the, again, we're being redundant here. From whence. From whence means from where. Whence means from where. So if you're saying from whence, you're saying, or from when. From when, I'm sorry. So then what you're saying is from when. Eliminate the from and just use whence if you absolutely have to. Then you've got people who overuse things like OCD. Because I like to put my DVDs in alphabetical order, which I do. I have been told, oh, you must have OCD. No, I like being orderly. OCD is a compulsion that you cannot control, like repetitively washing your hands or repetitively taking your DVDs and arranging them in a certain order over and over and over again. I do it once a year, generally after Christmas, between Black Friday and Christmas, because everybody always has their DVDs on sale and we always come home with, like, stacks this long of DVDs. So yes, I will every once in a while put them back in alphabetical order because they get watched and they just get put back or whatever, but that doesn't mean I'm OCD. Not really at all. And, actually it's CDO, in order, like they're supposed to be. See, I can have a sense of humor too. Okay, so then we go back to things like people say, you either say another or a whole other, but not a whole nother, which I know people in the South are bad about it, but seriously, it's not proper. And I think that's about it. The other thing is, just because something is ironic does not mean it's coincidental. And I'm going to read something I found. It's from a blog called Drag Reduction. I'll include a link down below. And it's talking about irony versus coincidence. And the short, easy version I'm going to read to you because it's short and easy and makes a lot of sense. It says, the song Ironic by Alanis Morissette, isn't it ironic? Asks Alanis. No, it isn't, answers Drag Reduction. To fully appreciate this blasphemy, I recommend checking out the complete lyrics. There is a relatively good copy available here, and it gives a link. Below are some choice examples of Alanis's little ironies. A death row pardon 2 minutes too late, rain on your wedding day, a free ride when you've already paid, a traffic jam when you're already late, and 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. These are only 5 of the many events Mrs. Morissette uses as examples of irony in her song. And they just aren't. They're not necessarily coincidental, although most are, but that doesn't mean that they are ironic. But here's a little meta-irony for you, and this is my favorite part. In a song entitled Ironic, Ms. Morissette gives numerous examples, none of which are ironic. Isn't that ironic? Yes, yes it is. Because, like, a fire truck being on fire is ironic. It raining on your wedding day, that's just coincidental. That's not ironic. So, to end this, really, also, please don't ever shy away from using punctuation, even if it's just a period, 2 spaces, and then a capital letter to start a new sentence. I hate run-on sentences, and I hate when I get a text that's this long on my, it fills up my smartphone screen, and there's not a single stitch of punctuation or capitalization. It drives me bonkers. Okay? So please, dear viewers, take heed and use these. Go out, take them out into the world and use them. Because if you don't, you're just going to end up looking like you have no idea what you're saying and you're talking in auto-corrected babble. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great day. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye-bye.